We got three GOP stories, GOP adjacent stories here today, and we're going to start with a little bit of clarification on Trump's new social media empire, I guess. I don't know. Listen, if Jason Miller was as smart as he was fat, we'd be dealing with a fucking Einstein here. So I guess he was kind of running his mouth, kind of like the way he likes to run his dick through prostitutes, but that's neither here nor there. With that said, this comes straight from the orange man's mouth. Former President Donald Trump declined to confirm rumors that he is planning a social media comeback with his own platform, but indicated that emailing press releases has been an effective strategy in getting his message out so far. I would disagree, but that's fair if that's his opinion. We have a lot of opinions, and something will happen with social media if I want it to happen, Greg. Said whatever on the Greg Kelly program on Newsmax on Monday evening. This comes after Trump's senior advisor, Jason Miller, the stripper knocker-upper, told Fox News on Sunday that he expects Trump will return to social media. Yes, we know that. Completely redefine the game and attract tens of millions of users, but Miller, during the interview, did not elaborate on the details of such a platform. Last month, Trump confirmed that negotiations are underway on his future social media plans, which could see the former president join an existing platform or set up his own. And that's what needed clarification. I think it's just going to be a branding deal. I think it should be just a branding deal. I think that there are a couple of different platforms that are all just kind of there, right? And the last time that we talked about this, I figured it would be, if he was going to set something up, it would need to be the most vulnerable space, and that would be a Twitter alternative. Listen, if he just lends his name to Parler, the infrastructure's already there, putting the Trump stamp on it, which kind of sounds funny now that I said it. He puts that branding there, he takes a percentage in order to push it out there. That would be great. As far as we know, their web hoster now is going to be completely safe. And that's going to be the biggest thing, right? Because as soon as Trump puts his name on something, if he starts something from the ground up, guess what? Lawsuits are going to start running at a fever pitch. The hit pieces, like I said, they are already written and they just need to fill in a couple of the little details there. It needs to be a platform that is secure, something that can withstand the abuse that it will take. And I don't think Trump building something from the ground up by himself is quite the answer. I think pushing something that is on the cusp of being great, like making some kind of, I don't know, amalgamation, because he's in contact with the Parler people, okay? We knew that, at least with the old regime. Maybe all of his friends are there. They're the ones who were pushing for him to be over there. And then over on Gab, it's the same place where whoever was running his mirrored account of his old Twitter activity was putting up his new email press statements. It's not really sustainable for him to be pushing out these formalized emails every once in a while to just blindly comment on a couple of things. But that's also telling you that he's getting quite a bit of bad information from the people that are around him right now. If they're thinking that this is just as effective as him tweeting, being right there, shaping the alternative narrative. Because right now you see every single news channel just hemorrhaging viewership right now. They don't know what to do. Okay? We all know that they're frauds, and even for the alternatives to mainstream media. All it is just a fractionation. And lots of people have also pointed this out as well. So I might as well throw my name in the ring. I don't want to be using 9, 10, 15, 20 different fucking platforms to get my message out there. I like Gab. I like Parler. I like Rumble. I like YouTube. I would love for it all to just be a one-stop shop where I just put up something. I can interact with everybody out there on one social media platform. And then maybe, you know what, I can just post my videos somewhere else. That would be great. I would be totally fine if there was just two, okay? And that's what I'm hoping the most out of Trump's return to social media. Put your name on something so we know where the fuck to congregate, okay? Do I think he's going to be making his own platform? Probably not. Will it be a success? If he does, undoubtedly at the beginning, 100%. The novelty of Trump coming in and setting something up and being accessible once again is going to be a massive hit until all the smear pieces and all of the lawsuits are coming out. It doesn't even matter what they're going to be suing him over. It'll be something hate speech. It'll just be a whole host of frivolous activity. And it's going to take something that's established, something that's just right under the crust of being on the cusp of mainstream. Just slap that Trump logo on it and it will fucking head off to the moon. But I also mentioned there, because we're going to move on, because not much else to say on it until we see what the fuck's actually going to happen. But there are a bunch of people that are around Trump right now giving him less than stellar, is the nicest way I can put it, information. Telling him that, yeah, oh no, these email blasts, they're great. They're great, Don. Don't worry about it. What's that? You want to start endorsing people? Oh yeah, Tim Scott's going to need it. Hey, fucking dickhead. A lot of the endorsements are pretty bad. And if he doesn't listen to stupid Lindsey Graham, that would be a great thing as well. Because, yeah, Trump shouldn't issue endorsements in 2 GOP Senate primaries. Why? He needs to shape the future of the party. The party is 100% under his control. Oh, I'm sorry, like 93 to 97% if we're still going on those straw poll results from CPAC. He is in control of the party. Not you, Lindsey, okay? You're a useful idiot, okay? Nobody believes that you are 100% on the Trump train. All you're trying to do is just ride the political winds. You don't have a spine. Nobody needs your opinion. Just your vote every once in a while. Okay, thanks. Bye, Lindsey. So he doesn't want to have Trump make endorsements in Missouri to replace, who's that? Yeah, Roy Blunt. And in Alabama, the 2 retiring Republican senators. I just think he should just let it play out. If I were him, I just think you would want to just make sure some of your best candidates emerge. Why? You look at the field. If it's somebody that you like, if it's somebody who's been a good supporter, like Mo Brooks, it's looking like he's going to try to run to fill Shelby's seat, which would be fucking terrific. Yeah, he's announced that he's going to run, so that's, yeah, terrific. I don't see how he doesn't win that seat. And why wouldn't he want to, or why wouldn't Trump want to endorse Mo Brooks? He was the first guy in the House who said that he would stand up on January 6th and object. That is somebody whose loyalty should be rewarded. He's the guy who should have been nominated to run against Doug Collins to begin with. Oh, and let's see what Graham's hot take on the nudging, we'll say, of Herschel Walker. Like Herschel Walker, I think Herschel Walker would be a good candidate, but I don't know. I've never tested Herschel. I don't know. Nobody should be tested by you, Lindsey, okay? You're not important. I like you more than Mitch McConnell, but that's like a 3 down from a 2. Your opinion doesn't matter because it changes like a kite in the wind. So the bottom line is you're a team captain. Make sure your team is the best on the field. May not be your favorite player, but it's the one that can play the best position. No, that's what's led the GOP to be in this position, okay? Just people who think that they can fit the good Republican mold and they'll be able to hold on to conservative values. That's a fucking stupid take if I've ever seen one. It's kind of like what Kristi Noem's been doing, okay? We talked about it briefly when she decided to send back that bill into the House, revise a couple of words, and the way that she's doing this is just some old school GOP shit right here, okay? Instead of killing the fucking problem when you have the opportunity, you're going to create a lobbying group because, I don't know, this is some kind of fucking 4D chess move. I don't get it. This is stupid, and this doesn't make any goddamn sense. Governor Kristi Noem announces National Coalition to Protect Fairness in Women's Sports. You have the opportunity to make that happen. Listen, if you wanted to put this there, you know what would make for the best case that you should be the leader or a leading voice in this is if you struck it down in your own state. How about that? Focus on that. South Dakota Governor Kristi Noem on Monday announced the formation of the National Coalition to defend Title IX. To protect the rights of female athletes and keep competition fair. During a press conference Monday morning, Noem said, "Today we're announcing we're forming a coalition called DefendTitle9Now.com, referring to the federal law that prohibits discrimination based on sex education reforms and programs and activities. The coalition will consist of athletes, leaders, and anybody who cares about protecting women's sports." Noem said that the coalition is separate from the debate surrounding House Bill 1217, titled Promote Continued Fairness in Women's Sports, which bars biological males and competing in women's or girls' sports because the coalition will focus on the rights of women and maintain a fair competitive environment in women's sports and Title IX, not transgendered athletes. However, the governor said one of the main motivators for creating the coalition to build enough support to push back against the pressure from groups like the National Collegiate Athletic Association, the big scary NCAA, which consists only requiring biological males be included in girls' sports. Noem said after consulting legal scholars, she decided that the coalition to protect Title IX will be far more effective and cost-efficient than getting into a legal battle about transgender women playing on female sports teams. Fucking weak-kneed shit. Oh, we don't want to take on the big scary NCAA. Oh, that would just be so bad for us. No, if you want to have the balls to form a fucking coalition, you should have the balls to be able to take them on in court. How about that? And that's just not my opinion. That's what Tucker Carlson also said. And he had access to her. They did an interview. And thank God for Tucker Carlson, okay? He's kind of a... There's another malleable personality, one of those people that's shaped like whatever container you pour them in. But he's not like the left's journalists in scare quotes. He'll actually push back on the people that he's supposed to be rah-rah cheerleading for. And what he said point blank to her face, you're caving to the NCAA. I think that's what you're saying. Well, that's what I've said. That's what you said to her. Let's see how deep he gets on this. There's been a big push nationally. The Biden administration is squarely behind it. It allows biological males to compete in girls' sports. We've covered it extensively on the show. It's very unpopular with the public. Oh yeah. It's particularly unpopular in the state of South Dakota. South Dakota is one of the most Republican states in the country. Republicans essentially control the entire state. So Republicans in the legislature there recently passed a bill to prevent this from happening, to prevent biological men from playing a women's sports team. And the governor of South Dakota, Kristi Noem, who you doubtlessly have seen, said she was, quote, excited to sign. Now she's changed her mind. Governor Noem joins us tonight to explain why she has. Governor, blah, 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 blah. I don't care about pleasantries. We hear you have this bill, which I think all polling shows is very popular in your state. I think it will be popular nationally. You said that you were excited to sign it. Big business intercedes. NCAA, Chamber of Commerce, most recently heard from them thanks to their Times article about fortification. And Amazon, and tell you not to sign, and you changed your mind. I think a lot of our viewers are wondering, and so am I, and I don't watch cable news because I'm not 90 years old. You're thinking on this and how exactly this happened. And then Noem's rebuttal. Well, that's not true. Okay, good. That's all I need to hear. Thanks, guys. I've been Don Tucker, and thank you for inviting me on the show tonight. I could sign the bill the way it is today and then also, but it wouldn't solve the problem, and that's the real issue. As I looked at the bill and examined it and have been discussing with legal scholars for many months, I wonder how many of those legal scholars completely and 100% hate your political ideology. For many months on how to protect women's sports, this bill would not only allow the NCAA to bully South Dakota, fucking weak, and I would actually prevent women from being able to participate in collegiate sports. This is not what you want from leadership. So what I've done is I've asked the legislature through a style and reform the version it is to ask them to change the bill. Carlson, sorry to interrupt. Can you just back up for 1 second so our viewers who haven't followed this as closely, how would this bill prevent women from playing in South Dakota if you would? Because, and then Noem says, because it would put a law on the books, it would allow the NCAA to take punitive action against our state, and we're a small state, Tucker. Oh, you don't want to get picked on because they're just one of the little guys. Oof, nothing bothers me more than weakness from leaders. We've had to fight hard to get any tournaments to come to South Dakota. And you think by capitulating, they're just going to 100% make a turn on that and be, oh, okay, thanks for bending the knee. Now we're just going to start showing up with tournaments in your state. Not fucking likely. When they took punitive action against us, we would have to litigate, and legal scholars that I have been consulting for many, many months say it would be very likely to lose those litigation efforts. Oh my God, that is fucking retarded. That is a bad take. Carlson, so you're saying, hold on, just to be clear, it's not the bill. You're saying that the NCAA threatened you and you think that you can win, and that you can win that fight. Oh, you don't think that you can win that fight. They said if you sign this, you won't allow girls in South Dakota to play, and if you don't think you can win in court, even though the public overwhelmingly supports you nationally and you're caving to the NCAA, I think that's what you're saying. And then Noem! No, that's not right at all, and Tucker, in fact, you're completely wrong. No, that's exactly what you said. And they continue to go back and forth, and I don't care to read the rest of that transcript because she already explained how she cucked to the NCAA. And of course, Of course. Put a little faith in a woman and they will always disappoint you. How fucking appropriate. Do you think Ron DeSantis would bend the knee? Do you think if you got enough middle of the country, red states to go, yeah, no, this is stupid, and they all do equally popular in their states as well, pieces of legislation to mimic what you're doing there? I don't know, maybe doing this little weird thing called actual leadership, getting together with your other colleagues, other governors around the country to walk back this insanity from the Biden administration instead of just forming your little fucking knitting circle. Oh, we need to protect Title IX. Title IX's a fucking atrocity. I don't want to protect it anyways. But no, if she's going to be just as weak on this policy when she has overwhelming support, what else is she going to bend the knee to? Listen, if she finds a way to reform this, if she finds a way to get through that bill after all of this pushback that she is getting right now, that's fine. This is also just her first major fuck up. It's not a small one either, because it does show cracks in the dam. I'm not quite ready to throw her completely under the bus, but there's a leg there right now, because this just shows weakness. And it shows there is a pattern to be formed. So yeah, that's a Republican roundup. Not all great news, but that's what you get with your conservative governments all the time. They always continue to suck at different levels, and that's why I don't hold anybody on a pedestal. Just myself, that's all. This is my pedestal. Just a shitty recliner. With that said, guys, I thank you all very much for the gift of your time. I've been Don Consuelo. I want you to follow your gut and get after it. Take care, everyone.